This is James Elder for iPhone TV in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. I'm in the Echo Arena in Liverpool today. With me, I've got DERRY Matthews. First and foremost, congratulations on a great performance, DERRY. Can you talk me through the fight a little bit?
Yeah, the first couple of rounds I was sluggish, and then I just went so much sluggish. Just the opponent was just an awkward opponent, but I knew eventually if I hit him, I'd hit him. And what round was it? The fifth?
It was the fifth round.
Fifth round. To be honest, I didn't even know what I threw. I think I threw left hook, right hand, and I got him right on the button. And I said in the press conference the other day that all the other lightweights who took him the distance aren't me. If you know what I mean, I said, like they were saying, like their opponents, a tough opponent, he'd be there to do the distance. But I said, well, I've got different punching power to them, and I think I proved it tonight.
I mean, this fight, the pressure on yourself must have been immense because a little cut, a little nick. Did that play on your mind at all?
I think Danny was more scared than me. He was panicking. But listen, it's done now. I can look forward to April the 18th. But you know, it's one fight at a time. I was focused on tonight, doing the job and getting a good performance. And I wouldn't say it was a good performance. Just say it was just an okay performance and got the win. That's all that counted. Come out with no injuries. I'm happy and I can move on to the next big one.
Can you talk about the shot that ended the fight in the fifth round?
I don't know what at first I didn't know what I done, and then the lad said I left hook, right hand. But I thought he took a bit of a dive, but then the lads, I've looked back on the TV and I hit him right on the button, and he stayed down. He tried to make the count and he couldn't. So you know, as I keep going on, I keep stating that I believe in the biggest puncher at lightweight, not just in Britain, in the world. And you know, I think I'm proving over the last couple of fights, and you only have to look at my record.
How confident are you on the 18th that you can do a job on Richard Abril at the Echo Arena?
I'm fighting in my own city. It's it's massive, and you know, I'm not just going into the fight with a puncher's chance. I'm going into the fight where I believe I can become a world champion. So every fight I do turn professional, I want to be a world champion, and you know, I won a senior ABA title by boxing. I won a junior Olympic gold medal out in Michigan in America when I was young, and I won numerous national titles by outboxing people. So you know, I know I can box as well. I've just got to do that in the fight and work on it with Danny in the gym, and we can, you know, come up with a game plan. But we're not going to need more than one game plan. I think we're going to need a couple. And you know, as I keep stating, I can punch, so I can eventually I'll hit him right on the button. I know I'll hit him.
I mean, you've been in boxing for over 20 years. It seems like forever. Did you ever think you would get this world title shot, let alone it being in Liverpool? When, let's just be honest, a lot of other fighters have had shots before yourself.
No, and I think there's been better fighters than me who haven't had the shot at a world title. You know, there's no shame in that. But when I signed with Frank, he put a contract in front of me. I remember ringing Danny and said, the contract's here, it's been given to me. And the fifth fight was to fight for the world title. I was meant to fight for it on my fourth, but now it is my fifth. So whatever he said he's going to do, he's done. And you know, I've got a great management team, Daniel at MGM, and you know, to push me in the right direction. You know, that was my third fight tonight since being signed with MGM. My fourth one, I'm fighting for the world title. I've already won 2 previous titles, so you know, I couldn't ask for better. I couldn't ask for the better being looked after, and you know, it's all for my benefit. And you know, April the 18th, hopefully MGM have a world champion.
I mean, how long will you have out of the gym now till you start what is effectively your second camp?
I'm going to speak to Danny in a minute. And see what the plan is. He comes up with what we do and what you know, where he wants me to start and stuff like that. But hopefully he spends a couple of days alone with me little boy and my wife, and then I can go away, focus on the fight, and come back April the 18th and win a world title.
What would it mean to you to win a world title in front of your hometown?
Just to win one, and just, you know, I don't want to be one of these fighters who's just been, oh, he boxed for a world title, you know, he's a good fighter. I want to be one where people say he won a world title, he boxed the best in the world, and I am fighting the best in the world. I'm fighting Richard Abril, and you know, a lot of people have avoided him, but you know, Frank and Daniel have worked tremendously hard behind the scenes to get him over to Liverpool. I mean, they're not sending me over to America where he's based. I know he's Cuban, but he's based in Florida and Miami. They're bringing him here for me, so you know, I couldn't ask for better than that. And you know, just roll on April the 18th. I know I keep stating, but I want to do the job on him, and I know that I can hit him any round, and I know I can box him with a game plan.
How grateful are you to the MGM? Obviously, with the fantastic infrastructure there, you've got Danny Vaughan and your team, obviously Daniel and your management with Frank Warren, etc. And obviously your strength coach, the Tafanaya. How grateful are you for these guys, for the stuff they put in place for you?
It's got everything, you know. I wish I would have had them 10 years ago. I've said this to George and I've said this to Danny. If I'd have had the lads at the MGM 10 years ago, I'd be sitting on a boat now smoking a cigar, being a world champion and be retired. That's what I felt. But listen, I've got a great coach, a great manager, a world class strength and conditioning coach. Who, in my eyes, he's you know, you only have to ask people who know me and said that the change in me tonight. People walking in the changing room say, look at different fights and stuff, and then you know you've got the restaurant upstairs, the gym. You've been there yourself, James, a lot. And you know it's got everything in there from world-class staff.
Not just in the restaurant, I might add.
No, you know, it's got from world-class staff to world-class fighters in there, and genuine people who love boxing, and you couldn't ask for better than that.
All right, well listen, Derry. As I said, I think the strength and conditioning side is very important, and I've noticed you're eating on weighing days as well, which is something you've probably never done before, right?
No, I remember. I don't like going on about. Listen, when I boxed Steve Ormond, I remember George and Danny been rubbing weight off me. I was getting red hot bats, and I struggled terrible with the weight. And then since then, I've joined with Taff, telling me what to eat, times to eat, my training and everything, and I'm feeling, you know, a different fight. I've done 2 great 12 rounders, a nice knockout tonight, and now I'm fighting for a world title.
All right, well let's hope on the 18th you can realise your dreams and become a world champion in front of your hometown. Derry Matthews, thank you for talking to iFL TV, mate.
Thank you.
And I'll catch you again real soon.
Thanks.